Welcome, Cancer, to your in-depth weekly astrology overview and zodiac forecast for week commencing the 6th of April for the ascendant, the sun, or the moon. Going to share the big themes of the week to begin with. Then on screen, your event chart as we come into the week, always an influential backdrop. I'll then go through each of the influences frame by frame to give you a clear picture of what you can expect in terms of your energy, work, relationships, and finances. I'm astrologer Patrick Arundel. A very warm welcome. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, please do so now to help it to continue to thrive. So as you go into this week, the energy that's been manifesting in the part of your chart to do with being more adventurous and freedom loving is reaching a high point, and it can be very positive. But also your ruler, the moon, is in a tense opposition with the erratic energies of Uranus. And you're still surfing the fallout from the full moon of last week, which is very much about getting a good work-life balance. But at the heart of this week, Cancer, Mercury emerges from its post-retrograde shadow on Thursday, but Mars punches its way right to the top of your chart for the next 6 weeks. What will that mean for you? But as the week draws to a close, the moon moves into your opposite sign of Capricorn, where it is detrimented and clashes with the sun in a quarter moon. What will that mean as you come into the weekend? On the screen now is your event chart. And as ever, we need to look at the two luminaries and first of all, your ruler, the moon. So it's moved into the freedom-loving Sagittarius. The sixth house, however, can be very much about life's practicalities. So the moon in this part of your situation could give you a nudge to just declutter a little bit or get on top of those domestic chores if things have slipped. But it is in an opposition, as I mentioned before, with that edgy energies of Uranus. So around a romantic situation, there may be a little bit of uncertainty. There could be a spark. It just depends on your unique situation. But the sun, for around about 16 days, has been urging you to step up into the limelight and demonstrate to people just how talented you are. Now, of course, you've also got the dreamy Neptune and also the more statuesque Saturn in this part of your chart. And Mars is going to join them on Thursday, but not before Mars develops a stunning link to Uranus. So the first half of this week can see you align with some exciting friends or people, particularly around a plan that really lights you up with passion and to do with expressing your flair. But Mercury, the planet of communication, which has been retracing its steps through a retrograde and in a sign that it struggles in Pisces, is going to emerge on Thursday from its post-retrograde shadow, but it's forging still a very strong link with Jupiter in your sign as we come into this week. If there is something that you want to do that's more individualistic, this chart is certainly encouraging you to do it, whether it's around your interest, around your social situation, or around your work. But here's the rub. On Thursday, Mars moves right to the top of your scope. Now, ordinarily, for the following 6 weeks, that would give you a lot of support to strut your stuff in a very assertive and very self-assured way. But it's going to meet at the end of this week those dreamy energies of Neptune. If you are in a job where you're uncertain whether it is the right place for you, this could be a moment when you really do consider what your options can be. The problem is you may feel somewhat confused. And that early energy of the start of the week, which seemed very exciting, and where you were gaining traction, could slow down if you realize that something may still require a lot of slog, discipline, and hard work, or for you to fit in to someone else's expectation or structure. As we come to the end of the week, the moon has moved forwards into your seventh house of relating and does square up with the sun. Now, if you have to deal with someone, a line manager, or someone that you find a little difficult to rub along with professionally, that can show up quite strongly as the week draws to a close. Essentially, what you've been asked recently Cancer, is to be in touch with your soul purpose. I'm going to summarize those four areas to show how that's possible. But just before I do, if you've yet to watch your deep dive forecast for April, that's on the screen now. If you've yet to take in your Libra full moon video, that's on the screen too. Now, if you'd like to sign up for your free daily horoscope, fired to your device each morning to get your cosmic pit stop first thing, please see the link below. You can also check out my testimonials if you'd like to work with me, be a pleasure. And if you'd like to order your personal horoscopes, there continues to be 50% off. Please see the link below for that too. As far as your professional situation is concerned, I think this can be a week when you can certainly raise your profile, but I think you've got to be clear about what your objectives are. And also because Venus, the planet of relating, is in a part of your chart, it's very much to do with idealism and friendship, and because of the great link between Mars and Uranus, and also Mercury and Jupiter, I think aligning to people where you feel there is a simpatico, where you share a similar outlook on life, is important. So Pluto may be in your sector of long-term finances, but if you've got doubt about what you're doing in terms of your values, those could show up. Now, as far as your romantic situation is concerned, that Venus-Pluto square could mean that someone is still having quite the effect on you, perhaps even mesmerizing. It may be difficult to get someone out of your thinking. It may be even someone through work or through your social circle. But if you're already in a relationship, I think the moon's opposition with Uranus at the start of the week could be a bumpy one, but perhaps what you need is a little bit of time just to reflect on what you want, because essentially Venus being in that 11th house is getting clear on your long-term plan. It's been a real pleasure being with you, Cancer. All the best. Have a great week and goodbye for now.